We are celebrating 50 years of hip hop. And we can't talk about hip hop if we don't talk about one of the most pivotal voices in it. The incredible, the beautiful Dee Barnes. Yes, why Dee Barnes, at the age of 19, pioneered a TV show, one of the first Black women to be on television to not only speak about music, but Black culture. 19 years old. And not only that, incredible group called Body and Soul, and also an activist, a woman who constantly speaks for women, for us in hip hop. It would not be the Basement series. It would not be a sofa session if it wasn't for this right here. Please give all your love to this incredible woman. This is a sofa session with Dee Barnes. You at the age of 19, already doing your thing, mind you, already in music, already an artist, a journalist, a songwriter in your own right. You decide to go into this quest to go beyond it. At the age of 19, you take on the culture. You take us on your shoulders. Because that's the truth. You get on television and you say, I'm going to show the world, because there weren't any Black females doing this. And you say, I'm going to take, at the age of 19, I'm going to just take hip hop culture and rock this thing. And you did it with poise. That show is Pump It Up.
Thank you.
Yes.
You brought out the shirt. I brought the shirt for you.
You brought out the shirt. Out the gate. How does it feel to know that you've built this incredible legacy coming in and it's being erased or stripped or taken or buried from you? And what does that mean to you in this like climate where hip hop is being celebrated right now and this year?
That's a great question. I got offered the show at 19 and I first turned it down because I was so focused on the group Body and Soul. We were signed to Delicious Vinyl. We were in the process of doing an album.
Who was in Body and Soul?
Body and Soul was my good friend, my partner in rhyme, Almighty, Rose Hutchinson. Shout out to Rose. And, we were in the process of doing an album and fighting with the label because, they wanted us to present a more of a body image and we wanted to be more of a soul image. And so we were doing that battle behind the scenes. And I brought the opportunity to the group. And so I said, hey.
You had two male dancers,
We had
right?
two male dancers who used to dance on Soul Train. That's how we found them. They were incredible, always on the groovers, is what they were called. And so I brought it to the group and I said, hey, got this opportunity to do this show. What do you guys think? And everybody vetoed it because they were like, it's going to take away from the group. It's going to take away from the tour. So I told them no. They did more auditions. They even shot the show the first maybe month with another host. And it was about to be canceled. And they swung back around and asked me one more time. Didn't even hesitate. So by the time the first show aired, I was 20. And after the first two shows, I had a meeting with the syndication. Now, mind you, this is the early days, analog, not digital.
This was before your VJs.
This is before
your
not all the VJs.
But I'm saying our VJs.
Exactly.
Right? This is before. Keep in mind, this is a for us by us, folks. So this is before we've seen ourselves truly in these spaces.
This is definitely before we've seen women in these spaces.
Well, I say us because I only know myself as a Black woman.
That's right. So for me, the only image that I had of a VJ female was Downtown Julie Brown.
Yeah.
And she was a huge influence on me. And I got the chance to tell her that too, because one of the things I admired about her as a Black woman, she wasn't pigeonholed to just one style. She refused it I'm only gonna be, because I'm a Black woman, I only listen to what they quote unquote Black music. She was rock, which really the foundations of rock. If we really want to get into
most genres.
Okay, most genres we created. And so she really influenced me just to be myself and settle in and be cozy in my own skin. Yes, you could just be you, wear what you want, do what you want, and have, this confidence and self-respect. And so that influenced me. So like I said, circling back, I didn't hesitate. I said, let's do it. And then they had us meet with syndicators. And this is the early days of Fox. Really, I had no blueprint on how to do things. So I
were 20.
I was 20 and I had to learn as I go.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of battles behind the scenes, being not only the only woman sometimes on set, but also only being the only Black person on set. So I was always trying to get them to hire more people, like, behind at least the cameraman, at least, sound man, somebody, else, and another woman, because no one would tell me I had lipstick on my teeth or, my clothes were this, that, and the other thing. So I had to pull in all of these things. So it was a lot of learning. Because I was Black, and it was because it was hip hop, no budget for clothing, no budget for makeup and hair. So I had to pull those resources on my own. And I was lucky, make deals with stores. I know back in the day with Benetton, I had the Benetton store that would just let me, use their clothes and switch them out. I had, lucky enough, there was an upstart label at the time called Cross Colors.
Come on, Cross Colors.
Woo, Cross Colors, and how they were so good to me.
Shout out
They
to Cross
provided,
Colors.
shout out to Cross Colors. They provided a lot of my outfits, a lot of sample outfits that they didn't even mass produce. So a lot of the things I had, one of a kind original things. These are things that I had to learn and do on my own. And it was interesting, and it was a learning experience. And it taught me how to be strong. It gave me like a sense of self-worth, and I had it even instilled in me, before that, with my mom in particular, single mom raising me. So she had instilled a lot of that into me. So I always spoke up for myself and never liked bullies. When we talk about the 50th anniversary of hip hop, and I think of all the work that I put in with that show, and to have that legacy be buried under the rubble of one incident, that everyone else says in reference to him, it was one mistake. It was in the past, let it go. But then where's that, grace for me?